Okay, pilots, here we go. I've had a couple requests to get a wireless mic. Well, I'm trying this out. I'm going to see if it works. I've got my earphones in, making sure that it's on. I can hear myself talking. So I'm trying this brand here. You got a receiver box you hook to your phone. You hook it to iPhone or Android. And as soon as you turn the power on to them, they automatically link up. And then you go into your Bluetooth and you get connected with the receiver. And I'm hoping it's working. I'm hoping it's working. So what we're going to do tonight is just start on my air controlled retracts. Okay. As you can see there, I mean, I'm kind of got a little fuzziness in my instructions there, so we've got to look on the other side really to get what you hook up on the valve controls. Alright, and then you got the actual servo operation. Here's your valve control over here. And what they're telling you that's very important here in this statement is that you only want to move 1/4 of an inch. You've got to reduce your throw in your receiver to where it only moves 1/4 of an inch to operate your valve. Okay, which is what we're going to do right now, is look at our inventory. And believe me, if I screw this video up, I'll still be able to do nothing with the other wing, so don't worry. I'm trying to get the stuff in the shot, but it don't look like I'm going to be able to. The camera's not going to get around there. Let me move around here. Okay, we're a little bit in shot. Alright. I had to order some more Airline. Okay. So when you get your Airline, you get 2 5-foot long pieces of 1/8 inch outer diameter, 1/16 inch inside. Let's see. Let me get my lights on here. I ain't got my lights on. I'm going to take that battery off charge for the drill in case I need that. Okay. 1/8 inch on the outside, 1/16 on the inside. You get 2 pieces. You get a piece of red that's 5 foot long. You get a piece of purple that's 5 foot long. And I've cut them in half because I know I'm going to need 1/2 for the wing, 1/2 for the other wing. And the piece that they sent me is in the tail wheel. Okay. So that's the Airline. I had to order more Airline. I just got me some Airline nuts there just in case I needed some more. We'll look at some things here. I'm going to use this receiver. This servo here is going to be my 9-gram servo. And then I have these little fasteners for the line. Got to put one up against the wall and take a wire tie and tie them and hook them into the fastener. You don't want to put too much pressure on the Airline because you don't want to squeeze it where you get loss of pressure. Okay, here's our valve. All right. Okay. This is our inlet. We want to go in the top. Okay. And one of these is out, one of these is up, one of them's down, excuse me. Okay. And these little knobs here are valves. That controls your airspeed. And of course, here's your operation. 1/4 of an inch movement. Okay. You got a little nut there to where you can put this through a hole and, you know, tighten it down. Okay. Now, the valves. It tells you in the instructions to loosen these things. These little nuts on them, I think. Yep. Let me see here. It says clockwise. Mine ain't moving. There it goes. There it goes. Clockwise. That's counterclockwise is loosening it. It's got a little nut on it. I guess that's what they're talking about. Counterclockwise, turning it. But they said that that little screw's about 1/4 of an inch that you want to open it all the way up. Close it all the way down. I'm moving that little nut up that's on it too that locks it. I'm going to close it all the way down, but not tighten it. See, just kind of get your finger and just tighten it down. And I'm going to do 2 full turns is what the instructions said. So there's about a half. There's about another half. There's another half. There's another half. Now that thing feels like it's barely in there. So we're going to take that nut. I hope you see in this. Probably not at all. Let me do the other one. I'll do the other one. It's kind of hard to see what I'm doing here. Alright, so we want to close that. And we want to make it 2 full turns. A half turn. Another half turn. Another half turn. 2 full turns. And I'm going to take that little nut that's on there. And I'm going to lock it down. That's what the instructions say to do first. Adjust the valves. Let me get the stand off of it so we can look at that. And in these instructions, it mentions to do that first. And it's plain. Read this before proceeding. I'm just going to let you look at this for a minute. Alright, now some more inventory. This is the valve for filling up the tank. Notice it looks like a bicycle tube and a car tube or tire filler valve. See, this, it only has one end coming out of it. This is only one end coming out of it is a pressure gauge. Okay, this little pin here on the inside there, as you're pumping up and getting pressure, it's rising. And it comes to a red line that's on it. When it gets that red line, you want to stop. You don't want more pressure on it than what that red line. Okay. Now you can see that there's 2 instructions here. This is a 2 retract system. This is a 3 retract system. Okay. All right. Both of them is going to have the pressure gauge on the tank and the filling gauge on the tank. You get to put your pressure gauge on out of the tank first, then into the filling valve, then it goes into the pressure valve. Okay. Now, we're not going to start there. See, that's going to be pretty much the last thing. That'll be the next video in hooking that up and the valve. We're just going to simply try and run our lead or line from the main retracts and the tail wheel up to the valve. Okay. In order to do that, these are connectors. Okay. This is where you connect the lead and disconnect the lead to separate the wing from the fuselage. This kind of comes together. Let's see, I've got two of the same ones. Let me get the male and the female. Female has no O-ring. Where's the O-ring at? I know it's in there. There it is. You can see the O-ring in it and the tube. And this one's hollow. And then you got a little tooth locker where you put it in and turn it. And that locks it. Okay. I'll do it again here. There we go. Now then. That locks it. So there's where you can take it to the airline apart. Push it in a little bit, unlock it, take the airline apart. So we've got to put that in to the two leads or two lines coming out of the wings. Get another female. So there's those two valves I'm not going to be working with tonight. Now, these are kind of like wire harnesses, okay, for airlines. In order to hook up the 3 leads, what was that? Oh, that was that stupid thing, wasn't it? Goodness, I hope that wasn't nothing falling off of it I need. But you've got to run 2 retracts into one, okay? Coming out into, let's say that you got the 2 mains hooked up to this one. You know, you've got to have one for the in, one for the out, or one for the up, one for the down. And then when you break it off and come up with this single here, you're going to take that single and go into another one so that you can bring the tail wheel into it and join all 3 of them into one lead or one line, airline, that'll be pushing the valve out. And then the other line will engage and push the different direction. It's not like one's pushing and one's sucking, you know. It's all pushing deal. So you got to have an individual line going to the pushing valve, individual line going to the pushing valve to go up and to go down. Now, again, we've got some more of these little nuts here. Let's see. That was another type of the filling tube. See, since it ain't nothing but like a bicycle tube, so it just kind of goes in there like so. See, and you can use it like that, or just use what I'm going to use, which is this is a little small bicycle tube pump. Okay. This comes out. You put it on the end. Let's see, wait a minute. I might have it wrong here. Yep, I put the wrong one in. Imagine that. That goes in like so. If I can get it started here. I can't get it started. Watch me strip it out. I won't be able to use it now. Uh-oh. I might have to work on this later. And these things are turning instead of the thing. I got to get the thing to turn. Give me a minute. Well. Might have to figure out something else on that one. It's not wanting to go. Make sure that one will go in there now again. And that goes down on that O-ring. Okay. So I'm going to figure out something else on that. I don't know what's going on there. It's got to go in it further than what it did to push that pin in. So I have to figure out something else on that. But anyway, let's go on. But that's all. You got ends, two females, actually it's 3. And then we've got enough of those Y mounts to do the job. Okay. Now then. The cylinder, okay. Now the cylinder is in the down position right now, okay. Because if I put this retract in here, it's going to be in a down position, okay. So I know by looking at the cylinder that air is going to have to go in here to push that cylinder this away, okay. And in order for it to go back out or down, the air is going to have to come from the top and push down to push this out. Okay. So right now I don't want to push it out. I'm going to leave it where it's at. Okay. So by doing that, we'll be going down, 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 and purple is going down. So what I'm wanting to try to do here first, now I've got a string that comes out, comes through the little hole there that I've got to figure out and get through. But I want to leave that string there for my ESCs. I'm just going to try and see if I can work. Let's go get them wire. I can't even see anything. It's kind of going to be hard with that tube for the spar right there. Let's see if I, oh, I rung it right there. 2 points. 2 points. 2 points. All right, now I'll get on some masking tape. They still firing off fireworks. Goodness gracious. Glad some people got some money to burn. these things up here. See if I can get it through. Beam me up, Scotty. Nope, don't pull that string through, that's for sure. Uh-oh. Why have I hooked to that string? I wrapped it around the string with the rod there somehow. Yep, that's what it's done. So I'm holding on to that string for dear life. Getting my airline through. Alright. Okay. Don't pull that airline through. That string. Here. Of course, it's not really important. I can do it with the fishing rod. It's this one out here probably that'd be more important not to pull that string through. Okay. Purple has got to go down. So that's going to be all the way up there, like so. So we've got to take one of these little airline nuts. And on one side is wide open with thread. The other side looks just like it's a little bit smaller. To me anyway. We'll put that on first. Just like you do, kind of like shrink wrap. And this is going in the down position. Pushing that airline on there and just take that nut. It's threaded on the inside there, and it's just kind of going on to that airline. Okay. And now we want to put a red one on the up. I even bought some more of these little nuts here just in case I needed them. I was going to get some different type of T's that you could get, T valves, but I decided to go ahead and stick with these. I mean, they come with the kit. It's just that it looks like that's kind of tied up against that rod. Well, I hope that don't prevent that thing from going up and down. I mean, that is right up against it too. Right up against my push rod. I lost my train of thought there. I don't know what I was talking about now. Now, let's see. I've got to go ahead and put this. I'm not going to be gluing it in because I've got to leave all this loose to get the motors in. But I've just got to make sure that I've got enough line to do what I've got to do. This is going to be way up here. got to go in first. The top's got to go in. Well, it would be the bottom, but I can't do that. Let me get this out of the way where I can just work with it. I can't get my hand in there to hold it the way I want to. Now then, that's where it's going to be right there. Alright. See, that's in the down position. And then when that cylinder pushes it, it opens it up. So I got alright. Just making sure. I don't want to cut off too much, and that's got to be kind of loose. That can't really be tight neither, because all that's going to be moving. So I might have to make a loop down there at the bottom with the holder for enough lead. So I really don't want to cut none of this off right now. Okay, cut none of that off. It's a little bit off because one cylinder valves at one end, one's at the other. See? So we got that wing set up. Now, the tail wheel and these little valves is what I got to test. I'm hoping, let me count how many I'm going to need. Alright, on the 3, I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's how many I got, 6. Okay. Now, each one of these, I might have to, that's what I'm going to have to do. Yep. I'm going to cut that off even right there and put my 2 connectors on it. Okay. But I don't want to throw away that hose. But I want this to go into the fuselage enough to be able to work with it. So I want to put one of these. I'm just going to leave that purple one that length. It's a little bit shorter. But this here does not have the little nut goes on it. It just goes into this thing here, and I'm trying to make sure on how to push it, because I don't want to push on something that's going to snap and break, because I need these things. Okay. I'm pulling on that pretty good. Now I can tell you, I put one end on my tail wheel. Okay. And man, I had to take them back off because I went through a hole into the inner frame of the fuselage that wasn't going to be able to do it. I was going to have to go back around that into a different way. So I had to take them back loose. God, I was trying to pull that thing off that cylinder. You don't need that nut on there, but you might as well put it on there anyway. But it was pretty tight. So right now I'm going to cut this lead here, this line here. But I'm going to save this little piece because I'll need every little piece I got. I won't throw nothing away yet. And then we're going to put another, what did I put on here? That's a female. So we're going to put this female on here. I'm putting me just a little bit of spit on the inside of that tube. A little lubrication on my rubber. Pushing that in there as far as I can get it. You really can't get a hold of the lead of the airline too far away from it, you know, because it's going to sit there and bend. So you're just forcing it up there the best you can. Alright, there's our two ends to make our connections. Kind of snaps together there. Yep. Okay. Now, I'm not going to be worried too much about putting a snap together end on this, because once it's in, it's going to be in. So, but I do want enough lead to get up there to that valve. And then join in with the wing. The wing lines is going to be coming in right here. So I'm wanting them to join in right here. See? And then the two leads will be going to the valve. It's going to be sitting here. Then the lead will be going around to the pressure valve and the fill up valve. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Alright. Let me get this around here where you can see what I'm talking about. But in the positions of what I'm going to be having things, this lead's going to be about right here. I need it to be about right here. Because everything is going to join up here. The wing lines are coming in from here. And I want all these to be joining up right here. One lead, two leads coming up to the valve operating with the servo right here. Okay. The tank will have its lead, or this airline, going to the fill up valve first, then into the pressure valve, and then from the pressure valve to the fill up line on the valve. So that's what we're attempting. So what I want to put on the end of this is one of these harnesses. Okay, now the way it looks, it's the same way as that connector is. You just kind of push it in there. I don't know if you screw it on, but because this thing turns, it kind of turns. It's got a little valve, like a little locking seal on it or something. I know it's hard for you to see way out there, but you stick your airline inside here, but this thing kind of moves around. And I don't know if you sit there and spin that after you push it in, or if you just kind of, it don't go in or out or anything. So this is going first time here. First time caller, long time listener. Let me cut that where that line's straight. Not a curve on it there. Yeah, let's do that for one thing. That wasted about an inch. Alright. I'll lubricate my rubber. Alright, Lord, please. I hope I'm doing this right, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Well, I'm pulling on it like a good one, and it ain't coming out, so we gotta put another on the end of this one. They each individually got to have one on it. We're keeping. Uh-oh. Boy, that was a rough cut. Come on, sir. You can do better than that. I'm not putting it in the T there. I'm putting this in the joiner. Alright. Let me look at something here a second. Not really. Can't really get you closer. I ain't got a lot of room in here right now with wings and everything in here. Alright, now I've got to come off of that with a lead. A short one though. Because that's just going to be joined up with the other one. So let me get this thing out I had cut here already. Alright. Now, this is a lead or line for wing to come in. Now, this is going to be like purple lead. Yeah. I'll make one for the purple lead. Alright, now I've got two joiners on that. And what I'm wanting to do, we're going to put another T here. Alright, and it's going to have wing coming in, from that side. Okay. Yep. Yeah. So another red piece and another end is going to have to go on this. Let's see, no, this way. Now I've got to make, where's my ends at? I'll have two from the other wing, but I've got to put these onto the end of a short piece. And the connector on it. I hope I don't run out of line. I won't run out of line again. Okay. Now then, that's got to go into this. The purple one goes into one side. There'll be another purple one put on this one. Another red one went. And I've got to make another one of these. For the other side, the other wing. Let's see, where did that other piece of red go? Did I use it already? Yeah, I think I did. Let's see. Yeah. Have to get the mail. Right. Yes. Put my mails on this one. Remember, just like servo leads, you want to get this stuff color coordinated, red and purple. Purple is down, red is up. Okay. Now I've got to get one more purple. One more purple. What am I getting here? What am I getting here? I'm getting the mail. Where's my mail? One more mail. And a piece of purple. Let me put this. Okay. Now, put this out here where you can see it pretty good. Alright, let's hope I don't knock my mic off now. Okay, what you're looking at is the split offs for the wings. Left wing, or left wing, right wing. Left wing, right wing. Alright, and this back here will be going to the tail wheel. And where it splits off from right here is where it's going to be going to the valves. Okay. So there's my connections. So next up, in the next video, we'll be doing the valve mounting over here with the servo. I got to put a servo somewhere over here. Mount the valves. And then hopefully I'll have enough lead to run to the tank where I can actually pick the tank up and get it over to the side. Open the bomb bay doors. Maybe put the tank like so. And still be able to open my bomb bay doors and load the bombs in it. See? Note how the little braces here for the air tank hits the side of the wall there. So I've got to make sure that I've got my valve and my servo in between where those two are hitting, or I'm going to have to come up with something else. I hope I made the right decision on that. But until the next one, I'm out.